Well, the Dow Jones dropped 7 points today. My accountant tells me we're going to be audited for the 4th time in this quarter. And my dear, darling wife insisted that I come home early for some kind of a special dinner that she has planned.
Now, how do you like my outfit?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Thank you.
You know what? I wasn't that amused.
What's your problem?
I don't like being cut off on my own street, that's what.
Oh, that was you?
That
I'm
was
sorry.
me. You ought to try using your turn signals.
Yeah, I know, but I always enjoy the element of surprise when I'm driving.
I'm taking a poll, Alan. How do you like this outfit?
You look gorgeous. It's
Thank you
perfect.
very much.
I think I'll wear something blue to match you.
Say, what's all the fuss? We're just going out for dinner.
You mean you don't know what day this is?
Yeah, it's Friday. The worst week I've had in ages.
Are you still fuming about losing out on that oil field?
Well, I'm sorry, my boy, but it still hurts, you know, deep inside the wallet.
It's only a business deal, sir. There'll be others.
Oh, is that what you say about your patients? There'll be others?
That's hardly a valid comparison.
Hey, you're right about that. You know, losing out on this oil deal is like losing a child or a wife or an arm.
Good, good. You're all here on time.
I still have to change.
Well, you better hurry, dear, because we shall be leaving here in precisely 1/2 hour. And I'm just going out from the kitchen to ask Stella to start serving the hors d'oeuvre. But please, please leave room for the rack of lamb, because the Versailles room is preparing it specially for us.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. I love the way she does that. She marches right in here, growls out her orders, and then exits gracefully. I think from now on, I'm going to call her the Little General.
What's in the bag?
Or something they'll both enjoy. You been out shopping?
No, I picked them up something when I was in Paris.
Hey, wait a minute. Them? I thought this was a family night. Who the hell are them?
You and Mother, of course.
It's your anniversary, Edward.
He forgot.
Oh,
I know it.
good Lord. I never even bought her a gift.
I figured that, so I covered for you.
You're lucky you have her. You know that, don't you?
Oh,
Going to
bless
love it.
you, Monica. You've saved what's left of the week. What did I get?
Oh, it's a surprise.
Oh, good, good, good. I love surprises. I wonder what she got me. Huh?
Something that would fit a man of your outstanding character.
Yes, maybe a book on how to cheat your fellow businessmen.
Oh, ever the wit, aren't you, Monica? Come on, Alan, let's get changed.
Okay, fine idea.
Hey, do you suppose there really is a book like that?
Alan, my dear boy, how could you possibly know that this is the one vase that I wanted more than anything?
A covert operation, Mother. I polled 4 of your closest friends, and 3 of them said that you'd been looking at that vase for months.
You always were a sly operator, weren't you?
Well, I hope it gives you many years of pleasure, darling.
It will, my love. Thank you very, very much. Edward?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. That's very thoughtful of you, my boy. I shall think of you every time I look at it.
This is from me.
Oh, would you like to open this one, dear?
No, no, you go right ahead, my dear. Unwrapping gifts never did anything for me.
Oh, I love it. It always makes me feel so weirdly greedy. Beautifully wrapped. Crystal, how beautiful. A cat and a mouse.
Well, undoubtedly, there's some significance to that gift, huh?
Of course there is. It's up to you to figure out who was the cat and who's the mouse.
Is that all the gifts?
No, Edward, you haven't given yours.
Oh, good heavens, I almost forgot. Well, I hope you enjoy this, my dear, and believe me, it comes from the heart.
Oh, thank
My
you,
wife.
dear. Thank you. Oh, the silk scarf from Delfino's window. Oh, how lovely.
Well, nothing is too good for you, my dear.
Just what I wanted. Thank you, Monica.
Good show, Mother.
That's enough out of you.
Well, if that came as a surprise for you, dear, this will be an even greater one.
Oh, for me?
Just a little something that I know you'll appreciate.
Well, must be a new tie.
No, dear.
Well, I can always use a new tie.
No, love, it's slightly larger than a new tie, but before you open it, I think you need some more champagne to calm you down. Waiter?
Oh, listen, Mother, the anniversary waltz.
You You two have to dance. Come on, that's required.
Now, look, there's plenty of time for dancing later on. Let's get on to the opening of my gift. Well, it just must be a tie. I mean, nothing else would fit into this box.
Don't be too sure, my dear.
Well, I certainly think it's time he opened it.
Do you know what's in it?
No, I'm just as curious as you are.
Monica?
I'm with you, Edward. I think it's got to be a tie.
All right, my dear, go ahead and open it. But be ready for a colossal surprise.
It's probably her bill from Bloomingdale's. That's always a colossal surprise. Stock certificates. Corso oil.
Care to guess how much?
Sure looks like a hefty sum from here.
$750,000 worth.
Holy smoke.
Happy anniversary, dear.
Well,
Edward, say something.
well, I'm just in shock. When I think what I went through trying to get this stock.
Well, you should have tried the direct approach, my dear. The Corsos seem like very decent people.
Well, darling, I just don't know what to say.
That's all right, dear. I forgive you for all the years of misery you put me through.
I have, haven't I, Lila?
Oh, now, dear, it hasn't been all bad.
Darling, I'm so sorry. I promise you, if
Edward,
ever
darling, you don't have to say any more. You never were much good at being humble, you know.
Oh, thank you, darling.
A toast to the Quartermain family, and especially to my dear mother, who just showed how generous she can be. The Quartermains.
My dear friends, the Quartermains. You can't know what a pleasure it is to have you dining with us this evening.
Us?
Oh, didn't I tell you, darling? I took a job here part-time. As you can see, before too long, I'm going to have 3 mouths to feed.
May I come in?
Why not?
Thank you. I wasn't sure you'd want to see me.
How could you think that? I have been dying to see if your face was still as red as it was last night. Or purple. No, high crimson.
I don't know what made Susan pull that outrageous stunt, Monica.
She's getting awfully good at those things, isn't she?
I didn't come here to fight with you.
Oh, then why did you come? Just to see if little Miss Simp's maternity frock last night knocked me for a loop? Well, guess what? It didn't. No, my life has continued on as usual. In fact, I have surgery in 30 minutes with Dr. Drake. If you have anything else to say, I suggest you say it now and get out.
Susan isn't pregnant.
Oh, come on.
She isn't. She's lying.
How do you know?
Because I'm a doctor.
You're not a celibate doctor.
Susan is not pregnant.
Good heavens, that entire cruise, all that romance and the moonlight, didn't lead to anything.
It couldn't have happened.
Oh, really? Sailed in separate staterooms, did you?
Look, even if it did, which it didn't, she wouldn't be showing.
Lord knows what she was showing under that ridiculous tent she was wearing.
The only reason she did that is to try once again to try and publicly embarrass us.
It worked.
We can't let it.
Oh, no, make that singular, Alan. You singularly have an amazing talent for creating awkward circumstances.
I didn't do anything. Susan did it.
Got herself pregnant? That's clever.
Look, I'm only trying to...
What,
I'm just...
defend yourself? Well, then don't try, because it isn't going to work. Come in, and you, dear Daddy, get out.
Lee, will you talk to this stubborn woman? Will you tell her to listen to me?
Lee, will you get Alan out of this room before I kill him?
Wait a minute, what happened to the United Front here?
At the moment, Susan Moore has the corner on that market. All I am concerned about is money.
I don't believe you. That's all you think about it.
Now, hold your fire, will you? Now, the two of you have got to understand, for this last time, if you don't work together, there isn't going to be any money. The whole Quartermain family is going to be shot down. There is no point going over the same ground. Now, you can't stop Susan. It's your own image you've got to enhance.
What are we supposed to do? Show the world we're a devoted, united couple?
Not the world, just the court.
We could never pull it off.
It's worth a try.
Oh, really? Where should we start first, Alan? Holding hands in public?
Well, that might help.
Come on, let's face it. As far as demonstrating our domestic bliss, we do lack credibility.
At least you could give it a try, Monica.
We could make a show of it.
A circus, you mean?
Look, I don't mind jumping through some hoops if we beat Susan in court.
What? I have a feeling that next thing you're going to talk about is marriage counseling.
Now, don't joke about that. That's a serious suggestion.
Then who, pray tell, is going to take us seriously?
Gail, she's a qualified counselor.
You can't be serious. She's Monica's best friend.
What difference does that make?
I wouldn't have a chance.
Hey, Alan, this is all for show.
You can't expect Gail, her best friend, to be impartial in a situation like this.
Of course I can. Oh, she happens to be just as professional as you and I.
She wouldn't take sides, Alan.
She never has.
After what you've been feeding her for God knows how long about me.
I'll tell you something, Alan. She was just as disgusted with me for posting those pictures of your cruise than she was with you going on it in the first place.
Look, please, just accept Gail as a suggestion. Now, the two of you have to make the decision. Now, I have an appointment with Steve. I got to go, but I would suggest you don't postpone this decision too long.
I feel like a character in a comic opera.
Nobody's laughing.
I mean, imagine, I've got to subject myself to your best friend to try to help me get rid of...
Go ahead. Go ahead, say it, Alan. Your mistress.
I mean, it's absolutely ludicrous. I mean, you're asking Gail to do the impossible.
What? I mean, sit around for a couple of times a week for 50 minutes? Actually, Gail's office is rather attractive.
Oh, don't be flip, Monica.
And don't you be stupid then, Alan. It's the only way we can work this out. For heaven's sakes, all we're doing this for is to look good in the eyes of the court.
What's the only reason I'd even consider?
Of course. I mean, we have no intention of even considering marriage counseling.
Definitely not.
Well, then, what difference does it make who we ask to see?
No difference at all.
Fine.
Yes, fine.
Good. Then it's Gail?
Yes, only because we're not going to take it seriously. It's Gail.
Okay, as long as we have that settled. I am now late for work. At least there, I know what I'm doing.
Thank you.
What?